en route to Hull. The new season is upon us. It's the first pre-season game of the season. Looking forward to this one. It's Hull against Newcastle United. And yeah, hopefully going to see one or two of the new lads in action today. Would be nice. We'll probably see plenty of youngsters as well, sprinkled in with some of the experience from last campaign. No new big money signing as of yet, in faith and all that sort of thing, trusting the process and all that sort of thing. Would have been nice if we could have had somebody on show today, but alas, it's not to be. But still looking forward to the game. Still expect Newcastle United to be able to turn these over. Realistically, with the greatest of respect, you know, Hull's a good side. They narrowly, literally, and snob job, missed out on the playoffs last season in the Championship, and they're going to have, you would imagine, an almighty go at getting promotion this season. So certainly no mugs, a decent outfit, a decent opposition, and certainly a huge step up from the previous opposition that we played pre-season. Talking about obviously the behind the closed doors game against a Burnley side, several Burnley sides as I've heard, all sorts of conspiracy theories about that game. It's pretty much been kept on the hush hush, isn't it, because of the whole Sandro Tonali thing basically. And then before that, the amateur side over in Germany, again a very experimental, easy for me to say, mixed up Newcastle team. Some senior pros, again a lot of youngsters, two different teams basically for the first and second half. Got a 3-1 victory over there at the Adidas HQ. But yet today, back on home soil, back in England, and back today playing Hull. Obviously no Pardew about, so there'll be no headbutting or anything else like that, but normally decent, entertaining games. Certainly last time we came down and played Hull pre-season, some goals spread about, an entertaining draw. And today, I expect us to win, but it's all about the minutes and the legs. It's all about avoiding any sort of injuries, issues. It's about experimenting with formations and different plays. And yeah, looking forward just to seeing the lads back in action, catching up with Kyle, who's heading down there at the moment from Tyneside down on one of the coaches. So I'll catch up with Kyle and literally just chew about what's gone on all summer. Probably touch upon the Euros and stuff as well. But yeah, looking forward to catch up with Kyle, seeing everybody else down there. 4,500 Geordies for a pre-season knockabout. No major signings. We've had a bit of a summer of a little bit upheaval, a few changes at the club. But yeah, still fantastic backing for a pre-season, friendly game, definitely. So yeah, let me know what you think about the game today. What do you think the score's going to be? Will we see the likes of Kelly? Will it be a stronger first half? And then we'll see a different, younger team like we have been doing recently. We came, we saw, and we conquered, and I'm still stuck in the fucking car park now, what, for some 45 minutes after the end of the game, and it's decided to absolutely and utterly piss it down. But nah, not going to take the shine off that. I thought we were literally even with 19 players missing today, 19 players unavailable today, a makeshift team at best, and a collection of just youngsters basically on the bench to make changes for in the second half. I thought we were a class above and more than deserved the 2-0, to be honest. 25,000 seater stadium, and I think there was 13,000 inside today, including around 4,600 Newcastle United fans. And based upon the evidence and based upon the empty seats that I saw in there today, they could have quite easily just sold a few thousand more to some Newcastle United fans, because we had literally one end of the stadium absolutely rammed, absolutely packed out. And even in the home stands, there was quite a few Newcastle United fans. Some of them were kicked out after we scored the first goal and then the second goal. But yeah, I think lessons should have been learned. They could have easily have moved some of their fans who were in the very sparsely populated two stands to our right as we were in the stadium, and then straight ahead of us. We were up in the north stand, like I say, absolutely and utterly rammed out. We could have got more Newcastle United fans in, I've no doubt about it. So a strange one for me, bit of a head scratcher. I've been to some away stadiums where they've been quiet. Now look, I know this is a pre-season kicker out, but if you're coming to the football, make some noise, clap, sing along, do something. That was possibly one of the worst atmospheres that I've ever experienced. Obviously, it's my first. Carl's been twice now to this particular stadium at Hull. My first time here. I can't say I'm really impressed. It's very bland. It's very generic. It's very muggy. It needs a bit of spit and polish, and I think the fans needed a jolt or a rousing up. I just don't know. Plenty of noise from the away end from the Newcastle United support, singing, serenade on the manager, singing songs all the way through. And I think for literally 10 seconds, they made a Yorkshire chant up, and they were absolutely and utterly drowned out by the Newcastle United supporters, who sort of forgot that even some of them had bothered to turn up. You know, like I say, 13,000 fans inside the stadium today, 4,600 Newcastle United supporters, so still the majority Hull supporters, and you literally just couldn't hear them. So I know it is pre-season, but I was expecting a little bit more. I was expecting a little bit more noise, a little bit more passion, to be honest, from the Hull supporters, but it is what it is. I thought today Newcastle United never even needed to get out of first gear and still looked a million miles better than our opponents, if I'm being totally honest. In particular, I thought Jacob Murphy was outstanding, and I think now in the last 8 games I've just been trying to look through the stats whilst I've been sat in this absolutely hellacious traffic jam trying to get out of the car park. Fuck me. Can you imagine it if they'd sold out what this car park? It'd be like, it took me 45 minutes to get out of it when there's only 13,000 fans in. But yeah, Jacob Murphy, the last, I think, 8 games, 3 goals, 6 assists. And, there's obviously a lot of pressure on with regards to a lot of chatter and suggestion that we are going to be signing a player for Hoy's position. And he's certainly making Eddie Howe's decision as difficult as possible. When this new person comes in, it's not an absolute given that he just walks into the team. You know, if you've got a player who is scoring goals, if you've got a player who is assisting, if you've got a player who is taking the piss, then, you continue to play him. I thought he was absolutely magnificent today. Deserved the goal, no doubt about it. Got an assist as well today. What more can you say for the lad? He wasn't the only one. I thought there was quite a few decent performances. Joe Linton was his, industrious best, shall we say. Lewis Hall played in a number of positions. He has played in the middle of the park before for Chelsea. Played there today, started the day, but then was moved around to various positions during the game as Eddie Howe experimented, as he changed formations, as he looked to try and use it as much as a learning tool as is possible. I thought Hall was absolutely fantastic. Dan Burn, a little bit shaky at the start, but then grew as the game went on. Emil Kraft beside him is a bit of a makeshift centre-back partnership. Isak, obviously, we'll get to him. His goal, the little flick. Who scored? Who else? It's Alexander Isak. He was fantastic again, an absolute cut above as far as I was concerned. But I thought, especially first half, I thought we were really, really good. We tried to pass it around all the time. Jamal Lewis actually came into the team. That was the shocker before the game had even started, that he was in the team. But again, I think he used the opportunity. He called it the shop window, if you may. That's what happened last time, a year ago. I think it was against Gateshead. He played in that game and then got himself a temporary move. Played well today, came in, put himself about, put a shift in. It was absolutely and utterly spot on, but definitely man of the match for me would be Murphy, and then probably followed by Isak. But I thought, to the man, we put a good shift in. It was a good exercise. We achieved what we wanted to achieve out of it. A victory. We turned up. We didn't get out of first gear really. But yeah, comfortable winners and no injuries. That's the important thing. With 19 players out today, some more players were actually rested today, not actually risked. The likes of Sean Longstaff, Willock and Lloyd Kelly as well, who all had injury issues and injury complaints from last season. Were basically told, look, we're not going to be risking you. This is probably the effect of having James Bunce in place, who's looking after the sports science, who's looking after the medical side, who's overviewing all of that. If they are fit, they are available, but they weren't used because it was just felt that was the right thing to do. Other players who come back today, Tino Livramento, he came back in, and again, decent, good. We saw little bits of bursts of absolute quality, and yeah, thoroughly deserved the victory. Some of the youngsters came on. I thought one or two of them were bright. Obviously, the second half, it was a little bit disrupted with all the substitutions that were taking place, but that is to be expected. It's pre-season, and they saw the game out. Delighted to have kept a clean sheet, because that's always a fantastic habit, as is winning football matches, and that's what we need to do. It's about creating momentum. It's about putting the right sort of things in place and about not taking risks. So all of the lads from today, you would imagine, would travel over to Japan and add in on that your likes of Fabian Schär, Miguel Almiron, who was back on Tyneside yesterday, and obviously the three lads that I've just mentioned. All of them will go to Japan, and you would imagine that all of them will get some minutes and start to build them up towards the new season. Again, no Gordon, no Bruno, etc, etc, etc. A lot of the international players still not back and being given that rest and recuperation time, which of course is all important. You don't want to rush players back who have only basically just finished last season. You don't want to rush them back ready for this season and risk injuries or, burnout or anything else like that as you get into the new season. But yeah, a little bit disappointed with Hull, a little bit disappointed with the support, a little bit disappointed with the stadium. Quite disappointed by the weather and stuff as well, to be honest. Before the game, I was waiting for Carl. I was just sort of like sunbathing, waiting near the Newcastle United coaches. Quite relaxed, quite chilled. And now it's absolutely and utterly pissing it down. So quite a load of different weather and stuff today. But I think Eddie Howe will be delighted by the work, by the minutes in the legs, by the preparation that they've had. And like I say, they now head off to Japan for the next games. Wish I could be out there. Wish I could see them. Wouldn't fancy the 15-hour flight. I'd probably go absolutely bonkers, stuck 15 hours on a aeroplane. I'm slightly going mad. I've been stuck in here for what, 50 odd minutes now, trying to get out and away from Hull's stadium, and that's driving me mad. So imagine being stuck on a plane. Yeah, it'd be absolutely crazy. But yeah, let me know what you thought about the game. Were you at the game today, or have you been watching it? Did you take out one of these £5 passes to watch the games this pre-season? Have you seen it? Have you seen the goals back? So Isak, a little cheeky sort of flick, getting in there, right place, right time, quality finish. And then Jacob Murphy, he deserved that for, like I say, everything that he put into the game. So let me know what you thought about those players, what you thought about the victory today. No new signings in the team. Obviously there was the Greek lad who I've now started calling Dabby's ass, basically, because it's just easier if I call him Dabby's ass than anything else. And just in finishing today, I also thought the keepers made 1 or 2 important saves. Pope didn't have a great deal to do during the match, wasn't really tested, but the one opportunity, the one time that he was tested, he was more than alert to the situation, and he made an absolutely unbelievable save. And old Dabby's ass coming on in the second half as well, midway through the second half, also looked decent when coming on. So more positives, lots and lots of positives, apart from the weather and apart from them and their empty seats. They were here, they're there, they were every fucking where, empty seats. And basically Hull fans who decided to come out and just basically sit in silence for 90 minutes. Strange one for me. When you go to football, you make a few noises, you sing a few songs, you have a few drinks. Obviously non-alcoholic, yours truly at the moment. We're driving back home at the moment, but these are the things. When you're at home, go to have a good time, and then take it from there. But alas, they did not. Newcastle United winning 2-0 today. Subscribe to Magpie 24/7, hit the thumbs up button, and take care, keep it tuned. We'll be back for the next video very, very shortly, and I'll speak to you later.